Okay, before we get started on this worksheet about what bears do during the spring, summer, fall, and winter, let's take a look at a book that I have with some information. This is called Bears, and it's about polar bears, black bears, and grizzly bears. This section is about bear homes, and it says, for most of the year, bears don't have homes. They have resting places called daybeds. Black bears rest in trees or on the ground. Grizzlies nap in a grizzly place or on a nest of evergreen needles. Polar bears scoop out a pit in the snow to cool off from the hot summer heat. Bears make dens close to their food and in a place where they can see what's around. In winter, grizzlies and black bears live in dens. So do polar bear mothers, but male polar bears usually do not have dens. A female polar bear digs a snow den, and later she will have her babies there. This is bear fact. Bears are smart. Some seem to wait for snow to fall before going into their winter dens so that their paw prints will get covered up. A black bear makes a cozy den in a hole among tree roots or under a bush. A grizzly digs its den into a hillside. This section is called How Bears Grow and Learn. By spring, the cubs are much bigger, about the size of puppies. They are furry and full of energy. Cubs watch their mother and copy what she does. They learn to find food and keep safe. If they don't do what their mother wants, she swats them with her paw, and cubs quickly learn to obey. The mother bear will attack if she thinks her cubs are in danger. Black bear cubs stay with their mother until they can take care of themselves, for up to 18 months. Polar bear and grizzly bear cubs often stay longer. Bear cubs like to play. They chase one another and wrestle, hide, slide down snowbanks, and toss sticks or roll rocks. Bear fact, cubs often stay together for a year or more after leaving their mother. They may share a den for the winter. This section talks about bear food. Bears eat plants and animals. Because they have such big bodies, they must eat most of the time that they are awake. Bears eat different foods at different times of the year. In spring, they eat new green plants and leaves. During berry season, they fill up on ripe berries. When salmon are in the river, bears catch fish. Polar bears eat seals. The bear waits by a seal's breathing hole. When the seal comes up for air, the bear grabs it in its powerful jaws and jerks it up through the hole. Black bears climb trees to get honey or fruit, and they turn over rocks to find insects. Grizzlies dig for roots with their long, sharp claws. In spring, they hunt baby deer, moose, elk, and caribou. This section is called Winter Sleep. When the cold weather comes, black bears and grizzlies have a hard time finding food, so they crawl into dens for a long winter sleep. Bears stay in their dens for up to 7 months. During the winter sleep, bears don't eat or get rid of body wastes. Their hearts beat slowly and their bodies cool down. This is sometimes called hibernating, but bears aren't true hibernators because they don't fall asleep into a deep sleep. They might wake up if their den floods or if the days get warm. Female bears give birth to baby bears in their winter dens. Baby bears are called cubs. Bear fact, bears eat so much food in the fall that they can stay alive all winter without eating. Okay, so now that we have some information about what bears do in the spring or the summer, the fall, and the winter, we can get started on this worksheet. Right here in this picture, mother bear, her little cubs coming out. It says, bears come out of their dens. Do we know what season bears come out of their den? Do they come out in the spring, in the summer, in the fall, or in the winter? Any guesses? In the spring. S-P-R-I-N-G. Spring's going to be the first one. Let's take a look at the next one. Mother bears teach their cubs to find food and to be safe. Well, a lot of that teaching, that happens in our very next season here. Summer. Big capital S. And again, I can copy the word from up top. Bears eat a lot to get fat. You got it, it's fall. Fall is the next one up here. Big capital F. We talked about that in this morning's spelling. Capital F means it's the name of the season. We've got spring, summer, fall. Guess what? That only leaves one season left. Let's see if it matches. Bears sleep in their dens. So when do the bears go into their dens to sleep?
Hibernate.
Yeah, to hibernate. What season? You got it. Winter. Big capital W. Again, the word's up here. I can copy it. Winter. So now I know what the bears do all year long. Right now, this time of season, it's fall. Bears are eating a lot to get fat because they hibernate in the winter, which means they're not hunting. There's no food for them. Salmon aren't in the rivers anymore. Bugs are, hibernating themselves. There's no bugs. None of the trees have berries on them or apples on them, right? They can't eat much of anything. There's snow on the ground, so they sleep. Then in the spring, they wake up and they come out of their den. And then in the summer, they spend lots of time teaching their cubs how to catch those fish, how to find those apples, how to eat those berries, how to find those ants and grubs that are underneath roots and under rocks, what things they can eat. Now, there's one more job to do, and that is these pictures need some color. Now you might say, but they can be polar bears. They can't, and here's why. There's no trees where polar bears live. There are no trees where polar bears live. So I'm going to make these guys brown bears. I'm going to color them. So this picture is going to need some color. So I'm going to give these bears, these are going to be brown bears or grizzly bears. I'm going to leave this snow on the mountains here, but this is water because she's catching a fish. So I'm going to do my careful coloring. Down here I've got a tree, so leaves need to be colored. Trees are brown. Here they are in the winter, fast asleep in their den again. And these cubs look like they've grown. They look like they're bigger. They're so small in this picture. They're a little bigger, quite a bit bigger by the time winter comes around and they've eaten so much food.